Well, hello, folks. I'm LA Little, and this is today's short take. You know, there's the impression that events such as the Volkswagen sell off today are events that you cannot know. Volkswagen is down 20-25% today. News is that they cheated on emissions. They get totally hit as a result of it. And the question is how could you have seen this coming? If you own this stock, how could you have seen this coming? Is it just one of those things that you just have to accept? Neoclassically, the answer is no. And it's obvious that something was wrong with this stock for some period of time. Now, it's not a stock I've been watching, but if you look at it, you see the volume escalation, you see the downtrend, right? Now you've gone sideways for a little while. This is on the daily time frame. But if you pull this back and you look at, say, the weekly time frame, for example, you can clearly see there was some sort of an issue going on with the Volkswagen stock. You get a press up, right? ABCD structure, nice move. Everything's working fine. You get up here, right? Volume escalation here, nice big spike on volume on this particular bar. That goes up to test these highs, fails to get higher, starts its way on the downside. You see some volume escalation on the downside. If you do the ABCD structure on the downside, right, you can see a little small ABCD structure here. You can see that completes. Then you can see another one forms and it completes. And then, from there, it just continues, right? You get an extension, then you get another ABCD, that's this one, and then that one completes. Now you get a bump up, right? And so forth. Now, what's key neoclassically, this is classic stuff. What's key neoclassically is when you start breaking swing point lows. You broke one here, you broke another one here, right? When you break those, something's wrong. And if you break them on multiple time frames, which is what happened at this particular price point, right, there is something definitely wrong. You also broke one, whether you realize it or not, you broke one up here, which was a retest regen that failed, and started to regenerate lower. So you had multiple places in this stock telling you something was wrong. As a matter of fact, you've already had a fairly significant decline by the time you get here before the big spill. So you had multiple places you could have known that something was wrong with this stock. And finally, if you look at it on the monthly, you even saw it here. So you had, again, just taking it from a neoclassical view, you had a sell-off, a spike back up that made a swing point high here but could not make a new high. This bar told you something significantly was wrong, and that was after trend had already transitioned to sideways, made a move up, unable to make new highs, and then started to sell off. Folks, somebody's always going to know something. You're not going to be the first to know it. And it doesn't even matter what it is. Whatever it is that starts to drive a stock lower, right, is a key signal to you that something is not right and you should not be in this stock. It doesn't matter what the news is going to be. It just matters that you get out of the way when a stock starts to underperform and starts to break down from a neoclassical standpoint. That is today's short take.